The AI trade is not dead. In fact, it's just getting started. Check it out in today's Traders Podcast. Welcome, everybody, to the Traders Podcast. I am your grateful and appreciative host, Jeremy Ritz, here with the topic today, episode number 53. Is the AI trade dead or just getting started? And why artificial intelligence stocks could be set to continue their explosion in 2025, and 3 potential trades to keep an eye on so that we can potentially ride this impending wave. Okay, so it has been a tumultuous time in the markets here, finally getting some relief from the downturn here this week. The bulls have come back and pushed things up quite a bit, but in the downturn, again, we're not going to get into tariffs. We've covered that. We've talked about the tensions with this trade war. But one of the sectors that has really struggled has been artificial intelligence, has been the chip sector. And we've seen tickers like NVDA, who since 2023 off of their May earnings really just took over and became the king of the stock market, has taken a significant hit. And a lot of people are saying the AI trade is dead, that there's no way to monetize artificial intelligence, and that we haven't seen that monetization. And some people are calling AI a bubble. But on the flip side of that, many are seeing this downturn, this pullback, as an opportunity. And that artificial intelligence is a trillion-dollar gold mine. And today we're going to break down why AI is going to explode at some point, whether it's this year, whether it's in 2026, why it is likely that the move higher will continue. And we're going to take a look at a few tickers that are in good spaces right now in terms of value and what potentially they can achieve in the next few years in terms of price targets. So is the AI trade dead? Let's be real. There are some traders out there who are spooked, and understandable, because it's been crazy. It has been absolutely insane here recently with everything happening in the markets. But when we consider what is possible with AI and how it is becoming part of our culture, I know for myself, just a few years ago, hearing about ChatGPT, not knowing what it is, to now today, I use AI pretty much every day, whether it's ChatGPT or Grok, or doing research for different types of tools that I can use to increase my productivity. And just seeing the shift that has changed for me personally, I have to imagine that other business owners, other traders, other people in general are taking advantage of artificial intelligence. And that's only going to continue to grow. And if you look at the data, McKinsey projects that AI can add $10 trillion to the global economy by 2030. And that's bigger than the entire crypto market. And when we look at Google's earnings, they just reported this week, they showed 30% growth in the cloud and in AI revenue. So we're starting to see this come into the numbers reported by companies from artificial intelligence. So it's not just hype, despite what everybody's saying. There is money actually coming from this. And the question is, if AI isn't dead, how big can it get? So here's why the AI trade is just getting started. We're in the early innings of this. And think about it. You have the players right now in AI, NVIDIA, AMD, your other chip makers, ASML, Taiwan Semiconductors, but you have companies like Walmart, JP Morgan, who are pouring tons of money into AI for logistics, trading algorithms, and Google's earnings prove that, right? AI-driven cloud is their cash cow. There's also chip demand. And when it comes to chips and GPUs, NVIDIA is the backbone of that. The demand is insane. We heard that directly from Jensen Huang, their CEO. They're sold out of their Blackwell chips through 2026. And then there's the government involvement. There is a battle, a race that's taking place right now between the United States and China. It's an AI arms race. Who can have the best AI? Because it's not just business or day-to-day life that AI is involved in, but defense, military. And that's something that countries are focusing on. And we saw all the deep seek tension and panic created when that model was released. But there is government involvement in this. They know the power of this. So when you have enterprises adding AI into their procedures, into their strategic plan, when you have this demand that's being created for chips, when you have the government seeing the value and importance of AI in the advancement of their countries, that's going to spur retail traders or even your large institutions to buy into chip companies or AI associated companies. And because of that, that's going to drive prices higher for these stocks. And when it comes to AI, it's pretty straightforward in terms of the companies that really are at the heart of this movement. And it starts with NVIDIA, the king of artificial intelligence. Now, they're going to be reporting earnings here later in May, I believe May 28th, but they are at a value right now. They had dominated the market for quite some time, but as this weakness came in, as the DeepSeek controversy came in, it dropped things down and it made it an opportunity for those who were willing to buy in the weakness. But they have a monopoly on GPUs and a $3.5 trillion market cap. All right, think about that, 3.5 trillion. You want to talk about staying power. NVIDIA is a stock long term, 10 years from now, if they continue to be the prominent player, the dominant force, they're only going to continue to grow and be even more profitable. We have Palantir. Palantir is another great opportunity in terms of a long term investment. The contracts that they're establishing with the government, with the Pentagon, and they are building a reputation for what they do. Again, this is a company that you can buy and hold long term to be exposed to artificial intelligence. And this thing has ran crazily. You know, it pulled back significantly during the bear market, but ran up into $120. And I think today is trading around 108. So there's great potential there with Palantir. And then if you wanted to just have a diversified play, you could look at an ETF like ARK AI. This is Kathy Wood, her baby, and it spreads out your risk amongst a group of AI companies. But again, you could dollar cost average buy slowly, but just to give yourself some exposure to AI. So those are three opportunities, three tickers that you could take a look at, not to mention AMD, Taiwan Semiconductors, Avgo, Broadcom, ASML. Do your research, but find some exposure to artificial intelligence because it's not going anywhere. And really what is happening, it's the fear and the unknown, it's the uncertainty that's being caused right now from the tariffs that are putting pressure downward on the market. And there's a Warren Buffett quote that I've cited several times here on the channel. It's be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy. And right now, and this is not to say load the boat, that's not what I'm saying, but the prices are down significantly on AI stocks, on chip stocks. And they almost started this downtrend. They were down before the broader market started to fall even more. And so they're not always going to be at these lower price levels. They won't stay here forever. Just like a move in the market doesn't stay forever, things change, things evolve. That's going to happen with these AI stocks. And so the best plan for you is to do your research on AI. Find a handful of those companies that you believe in terms of what they're doing. Let's say it's an NVIDIA. And then that's where your chart study comes into play and identifying, all right, these are the areas where I want to begin buying shares of this company. And on the way down, as it drops, you nibble, as I call it. You get a handful of shares. As it comes lower, you get a few more shares. As it comes lower, you buy more. And that's a concept known as dollar cost averaging. And then when that uptrend resumes, you have a solid investment and can take advantage and profit from the explosion from artificial intelligence, because it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. Again, we've only scratched the surface of what's ahead of us. We haven't even talked about what's going to happen with robotics from artificial intelligence. But it's amazing to think of what is going to be possible in this world as a result of AI. And what I'd like to hear from all of you is, do you currently use AI in your life or in your business, your line of work? Please comment that down below. I'd love to just hear a discussion from all of you about how it has impacted you, or maybe how it hasn't. Or what are your concerns about it? We hear a lot of people, and Elon Musk is one of those, who says that unregulated AI could lead to the end of civilization, which is crazy to think about that. But wanted to share this with you. In my opinion, the AI trade is not dead. It's just getting started. There are opportunities out there. Have a plan to get exposure to these companies. Do your research, plan your buying areas on the chart, and take advantage of what is going to be a boom over the next 10 years. And again, this is my perspective, my opinion. You're the one pressing the button, so keep that in mind. But I believe in AI long term, and I think there is going to be tremendous opportunity. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Traders Podcast. My gratitude to all of you for joining me here today. Please smash that subscribe button as I push to 500 subscribers. Your support means so much to me. I hope you have a phenomenal weekend, and I will see you back here next time for a brand new episode of the Traders Podcast. Take care.